This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about some of the finest fat-friendly cities.
Yes.
So this is something that we're starting to see more and more of, communities that are kind of growing around body-positive businesses, groups, activities.
Absolutely. I'm excited because I need to know where I can go.
Yeah.
Or where I should go next.
There are definitely some good cities to go to. And back in 2017, we did a series on Chubster called Sized Up. And I went to 5 different cities around the country. Basically wanted to learn more about what the body positive scene was like in these cities. Meet up with people and brands that were based in these cities. So big and tall brands, people that were doing cool things, that sort of thing.
I think I watched all of those, or most of them anyways.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
So, this is something that has been near and dear to my heart, especially as we're starting to think about what we want to do for another season. So here are some of the cities that have made the list.
Uh-oh, drum roll.
Yes. Number 1, Portland.
Woo!
I know. So, yeah, right.
Like you went number 1 first.
Yep. Yeah, we do number 1 first. We don't do.
Don't mess around.
No,
Down.
we're getting to the good one. Listen. I know that some people like to tune into podcasts for just a few minutes, so let's get to the good stuff.
Let's just get to it.
Yeah,
get to the good stuff first.
So Portland, and I don't just say that because we live here. Part of the reason
I think we make it number 1.
Yes, we do. We certainly help that. But
yes.
Part of the reason that I moved here was because there are a lot of body positive businesses, and there's just kind of that outlook in general. Shops, designers who are making clothes for bigger people.
Yeah.
There are groups that get together, plus size hiking.
There's yoga for big people.
Fat yoga, all these different.
Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff that was one of the reasons why we moved here too. It was like, oh, look at all this stuff that's going around,
right?
Happening around the plus size community. Let's be a part of that, and that's it feels more welcoming.
Yeah,
it's it's
more
at
laid
least
back.
Something to start with when you move to a new city. It's like, oh, there's a community of people that are like me.
Right.
Let's go see what they're doing. You know?
Yeah. So Fat Fancy is here, which is a shop that carries plus size clothing.
Mm-hmm. Is it more consignment, or is it like
they do a little of both?
Both.
I don't know if it's consignment. I know that you can. Maybe it is. You can take your clothes there.
You trade it in and get credit.
Yeah, you can do some of that.
Like Buffalo Exchange kind of thing, where you just sell your clothes.
And I know that they also carry collections from other designers. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So
I really need to go over there. I still haven't. I drive by it a lot because it's it's not that far from where we are.
It's really cool, and it's been around for a long time. And they've really kind of built something out that is just yes, they have clothes and resources, but they do events. They bring interesting people in. They do all these things that make it more than just a shop, and it's cool to kind of see that there's a place that's fostering community in the real world,
right?
Which we don't get a lot of. It's easy
That's really important.
Yeah.
To make actual face-to-face connections.
Right. We've got the internet, but it's nice to have a place you can actually go and people that you can meet up with.
Yeah.
So, we've got things like that here. And it's just it is a more laid-back community. Lots of different people here. I mean, Portland is a little weird. Mm-hmm. So, we've got that.
Trying to keep it weird.
It's a little weird, a little expensive, but it is I think that it kind of fosters, people who want to be a little different, who are doing things that are outside of the norm.
Yeah.
And
they're celebrating their bodies and their uniqueness.
Yeah.
Or hashtag weirdness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. There are brands that are here. Designers, Claire from
I heard
Copper
of this
Union.
one, Bearskin.
Yes,
is based in Portland now.
Yeah. I don't know much about that.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Yes, so it's a good place for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I found it really welcoming and friendly, so
Yeah.
it's been good.
So Portland.
Yay, Portland.
Yes. Another place, Atlanta.
Nice.
Everything is going to Atlanta.
All the movies are being filmed there, all the shows.
I heard something where they were saying that Atlanta is filming more shows and films than LA.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, Atlanta's fun. It's big. It's huge.
LA's probably more expensive, so let's go
Yes.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
Isn't Tyler Perry out in Atlanta probably? Or
Maybe.
the area? He does all his stuff out there. And I know Netflix is doing a bunch of stuff out there.
When I flew out there, I saw in the airport. I saw this will really narrow it down. The Southern guy from True Blood. You remember the show? Come on.
Yes, no, they're all Southern.
The main guy, the main vampire. What's his name? Hello, Suki.
Yeah,
you know
him.
That guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I saw
the person.
I saw him in the
Oh,
airport.
like the actual, not like a guy that looks like...
No, it was
okay.
actually him. He's in a new show on Fox, and they were filming for that, and we were in the airport, and I was staring and trying not to look, not trying not to look like I was staring, but I was. And he looks almost exactly the same in real life.
Is he as pale?
TV, yes. He
pale.
looked at me and put out his fangs.
His fangs?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but Atlanta. Atlanta.
You can see vampires.
You can see vampires. Yeah. No, there are, there are definitely some, there are some businesses there that are, doing kind of the plus size thing. There are actually some menswear. There's a menswear shop that has been around since like the 1920s that does shoes for bigger feet. They outfit the basketball players and the football players and all those people. So they have some of the huge shoes like that. I sure wish I could remember the name of that. Actual. Yeah. Research beforehand would have been good for this, but you can do your own research now that you know the city.
You can watch your episodes and
we actually in the episode of Sized Up where we went to Atlanta, we talked about a few different places. Big Man Culture is a personal stylist service there that helps bigger guys kind of put together their looks and, kind of helps them figure out their style. And I met with the dude who runs that, and it was pretty cool. Bloggers down there as well. There's bloggers that are down there doing
there's
their
a lot
thing. That are really into it. The Curvy Fashionista is based there.
I thought so, but I was like, I don't remember for sure, so I'm not going to say that.
The TCF Style Expo has happened there for the last few years and is happening there again this year. Awesome event that brings plus size brands, influencers together for lots of different events. I went a couple years ago, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see everybody together in one place.
Yeah, they've been trying to do more men's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they do a good job with that.
Yeah,
so it's cool to see those kind of things. There are a couple others that are there as well, and it's. Atlanta, it's that town's going to be something.
One of these days.
One of these days. Just wait.
There's a lot of big people in the South, so I think it's a good city.
Yeah. Another city, which I think a couple of these are no-brainers, but L.A., which maybe L.A. may not be a no-brainer, because I think when I think of L.A., without knowing much about it, I think very focused on the way that you look.
Yeah.
And fitting into a specific kind of...
Yeah, the actor, actress, movie, models.
There is a growing and interesting body positive scene there with lots of people doing their thing down there. There are designers. I know... the Winston Box is there doing, they got a place. I know that.
What was that other little store?
The Plus Bus.
Plus Bus.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Plus Bus is
a really fun little spot.
And it's really cool. And it is, much like Fat Fancy does in Portland, the Plus Bus, they do events. They've got lots of different kinds of clothes. One thing to keep in mind about some of these shops, and I think it is any place that you're seeing like plus size shops that are, kind of independent like this, if you're looking for masculine fashions, there aren't always a ton of them, but they usually have like some kind of section that's dedicated to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there aren't a ton of them because they're not getting a lot of that kind of customer, because I don't think that kind of customer knows that the stuff's out there. But the cool thing about the Plus Bus is that they definitely have that kind of men's or masculine section. And I know with both the Plus Bus and Fat Fancy, I've taken my clothes and donated to the cause. And you never know what you're going to find. I think it's a cool place to go.
In LA, there's a lot of people that are like can just literally make you custom clothing there and go to like Santee Alley and cruise around the fabric stores and all these little shops, and you can go in there and get custom stuff done really affordably. So that's always an option too. It's fun.
And people are just thinking more about trying to see themselves in media, and where are you going to go to see a lot of media? It's LA. You're going to get a lot of that stuff there. So, we're seeing a lot more of that. Definitely influencers there who are doing their thing.
Oh, a lot.
We should take a break here and open the beer. Beer of the week is so this is one that I was excited about. It's from Gigantic Brewing Company. It is called Ginormous Imperial IPA. Now
I get confused by the names and then the name of the brewery all the time. I'm like, I want to go to Ginormous Brewing.
They
laugh at me.
There are so many things that I could say that are, so many good things I could say about Gigantic. I love their beer. I love the labels and that it's different artists for each thing. Ginormous is one of my favorite beers of all time. I picked this up thinking, okay, I'm getting my favorite beer. And then I looked and realized that they are actually making different versions of Ginormous. It's not the same version.
Imperial IPA.
Yeah, it's an Imperial IPA. I know this is not necessarily your favorite kind of beer.
That's all right.
But
I've been getting a little better.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of get into. It says in the search for a hoppier, better equipped Ginormous, we are launching an ever-changing series of Ginormous Imperial IPAs developed at our secret testing facility deep in southeast Portland. For the 7th in the series, we focus on the punchy citrus from Callista and Cascade hops.
Oh, I like that.
So this is Ginormous Mark 7.
Okay.
So I'm excited to do this. And
I think I've been liking the Cascade hops. I think they're the citrusy,
Yeah, this should be interesting. It is an 8.8% beer, and I'm going to let you open this because you're a professional, and I hear there's something about pouring a beer that you wanted to.
Well, I've noticed, not to completely call you out,
yes,
but I've noticed some of the times you're pouring the beer, it's
very heady.
It's very heady. A lot of froth on the top.
You.
Yes, I'm sorry, but I like to drink my beer right after it's poured, not.
I see. Well, there is one other thing I'd like to say before you pour, that the cups that we are putting these in are the B cups, which are made for specific types of beer. So if you have problems with your pouring, these cups will certainly help.
So
Plus,
this is
plastic.
maybe a little harder to show, but I'll kind of try to describe. So you take your cup and you tilt it slightly towards your bottle, so that you're pouring on the side of inside.
You don't just
pour it and let it splash around in there, because that's going to make it headier, frothier. So you pour it on the side.
Okay. Look at that. And see these cups, they have all these
these little ridges, so that's
that really help to make sure that you're not
I suppose I don't need to fill it up.
You're not overdoing it.
So you just pour it onto the side inside the cup.
Look at that. Classy.
Slowly, don't chug it out. You get a little head, but it's not like all froth. Well, I guess this is a big bottle. We can do more than that.
Well, that one's a little frothy.
Yeah, well,
that's all right.
I stopped and then started again. I'll take pictures of the first one and show everyone.
That's the other thing. You gotta once you have to commit and just go with it.
So gigantic,
ginormous Imperial IPA. Ooh, smells hoppy.
It sure does.
Yes.
I was like, whew. He's like, Hoppy, smooth, sweet, malty, and fruity are the Untapped app. What is this? Descriptors, details, style guide. Imperial Double IPA. That's going to be quite the.
Yep, you're going to feel this one. Yeah, it is. It packs a wallop. Yeah.
But see, I like these
good.
hops.
Yes, these are good. These are good.
I think it's, what is it? The Cascade hops?
The Cascade and the
something. I'm remembering the hops now.
Cascade and the Callista.
Is that with a K or a C?
C. Do you want to get a photo of this, or did you
Yeah,
already?
I will. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do the same for our Untapped app. If you're not following that, you can do
Check
so.
in with us. I'm going to give this a 4 something.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I know you're not a big fan of
I've been really doing a lot of juicy IPAs and like figuring out which ones I like. And I think we did an episode where we had like a hoppier ale or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
trying to do more of that.
Well, that's good. It's good. It's nice. A way to broaden your horizons.
The Pacific Northwest is full of hops, so I'm trying to.
You kind of have to, give it a try.
Get with it.
Yep. Yep.
It's very bitter up here.
It is. It is. I would say this is not as bitter as it could be. You can definitely tell this is a strong beer.
When it's like a double, I was expecting a lot more bite to it.
Yeah, and it has been out of the fridge for a while, so that may also have, I feel like when they're colder, it's a little
hoppy, smooth, sweet, malty. I don't feel malty, but
no.
So this is a bottle, a big bottle. Yeah, so follow us on the Untapped app. You can follow along with our ratings, or my ratings, I guess.
Yeah, do you want to tell them what...
So Untapped, you can... it's an app that you can,
rate your beers.
Check in with the beers. So I always had a hard time remembering. I'm like, oh, what was that beer I liked from that place? I do that a lot.
Sure.
Remember that beer I had at that place that one time? So I go and just take a picture or check in with the different beers because I like to try a lot of new stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you can go back and be like, oh, that was the beer that I really liked. I want to get a case of that, or, have that one again.
Right. Right.
Or I'm never having that weird one, that really funky sour that we had at that place.
When you drink a lot of beer, when you drink a lot of beer, it's nice to be able to have a way to track what's good and what's not, especially if you're not just, downing, 24 packs of Keystone. If you're out there trying different types of beer. Kokanee.
We're downing Kokanee.
Yeah, then being able to actually keep track of those things is very interesting.
Yeah, and your tall cans of whatevers, which is fine. I do that from time to time.
I think it's good. I personally, I like the variety, but there's nothing wrong with going back to basics.
Tried and true Miller Lite for me, I guess, would be my fallback.
So what's your name on Untapped?
My name is Jody. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
That's a long street name.
Yeah, my name is Jody. Nice to meet you.
That's not it. No.
Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this right here.
Yes.
It's just my name, Jody Koenig, but I think you can just search for Heavy Conversation on there.
Okay.
And you should be able to find the list.
And you get the, okay. And I'm Bruce Sturgill. I think it's Biagi. It's Byagi. So, I have just been
Biagi.
I subscribe
it's
to
your same Twitter thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as Twitter. I subscribe to the list that you made, but strange thing about it is that I have to update it every so often, or it doesn't update automatically. So
yours doesn't?
Yeah, so I have to go back and resubscribe to your list. It makes a second version of the list with the new beers added. So
maybe we need to contact.
Yes, that's right.
We need to what? Oh, feedback for
your audience.
Yep, everyone. Yeah, but we've got some great beers on the list. Please follow us on Untapped. We want to be your friend.
Yeah, follow
your
me.
beer friend.
Beer friends.
Yep. So
I don't even know how many people are following this, but
2 more cities.
Oh, 2 more cities
on the
back
list
to
here.
the thing.
Yeah. So New York City, obviously.
New York City.
The biggest city in the country. Of course, there's a lot of body positive stuff going on, and there are designers and brands that are doing extended size clothing. They're doing big and tall. CurvyCon happens there. It's a plus size convention that's going on every year. That's pretty cool thing. The dudes from the distinguished gentlemen, from JCRT.
Oh yes,
making fancy shirts.
I see you in those
4X.
fancy shirts once in a while.
Yeah. It's nice to have a fancy shirt.
Fancy man.
Bonobos launched their extended sizes. They are also there. Let's see.
But aren't they kind of? They have those little style shops around.
They do. They have
stores.
55-ish.
Right?
Yeah, they have a bunch, 50 plus.
Okay, sorry.
But they're headquartered in New York.
Of course they are.
As far as more traditional big and tall, our friends at King Size are based in New York as well, with their number of different brands there.
King Size Direct?
Yes.
Really? Oh.
So King Size is there. They also have swimsuits for all. Woman Within, maybe. It's hard to keep track.
I can't.
But yeah, they are based there.
You're the pro on all that stuff.
Brandon Kyle Menswear, based there as well.
I need to check out what he's done.
Yeah,
I haven't seen his new stuff yet.
It's neat. It's neat to see. I mean, I think if you're living in a city like that, you're probably inspired to create some.
Yeah, there's so much going on there. So many artists and creative people. It's hard not to be.
Yeah,
a creative person and
right.
Yeah, I think we need to do an episode on being creative.
Absolutely. I like that idea.
Okay.
Minneapolis is the last city. Yes.
My city.
Yes. So Minneapolis, they have cake plus size resale. And they have
cake.
Yes.
I love cake.
They have cake friends. And there's I believe there's body positive yoga there, some different things like that.
Yeah,
lots of different groups.
There's a lot of that stuff there.
Yeah, and we're going to see more and more of that kind of coming together. I think in cities large and small, and it's cool to see that that people are doing that and they're kind of finding their groups and taking it into the real world.
Yeah,
I
do miss Minneapolis.
Cold, right?
Yeah.
I heard I don't know if this is true because I've never been there, only flown through. But is there like a bridge system or tunnel system downtown that keeps you out of the cold?
There's both.
Really?
It's called Skyways. So not all, but a lot of the buildings in the central core of downtown are connected by these Skyways. So they're like enclosed bridges that go on like the second or third level of all the skyscrapers.
Wow.
So it's like instead of like it's like a big mall type of thing on the second level of all the buildings. There's all kinds of different retail shops.
Wow.
But it's like at lunchtime, it's like one of those little ant farm things, like all these people running around everywhere. But yeah, it keeps you out of the elements,
which
the really cold to get important. Around downtown. But there's also a couple tunnels. I think they're mostly for government use only, but like the government building to the jail.
Oh, wow.
Like Hennepin County, there's some tunnels instead of going the Skyway. And
makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if you're not there for the body positivity, go for the sky bridges.
The cold. Yeah. Go for the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of it's closed on the weekend. Most of downtown is closed on the weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's really weird.
That's weird.
Well, because it's like all the office people.
Yeah, right.
It's mostly like 9-to-5ers Monday through Friday. And then on the weekend, it's like not that much going on. Except for like on like First Avenue or maybe Hennepin.
Yeah.
Like they're like the main
so that's it.
Streets.
Yeah.
And then it's just like the bars.
I lived outside of San Jose, California for a while, and it was the same thing. On the weekends, it was just like shut down. It was like a ghost town. It was so weird.
Yeah, and tourists would come and they're like, what's to do? And you're like, you could go to the library or you can go to the park. You can go to you can go to the court. Yeah, the courthouse is open.
Oh, fun.
The public library is open. Yeah.
So
this coffee shop you're seeing?
Yeah, the one coffee shop that you're
the place you are right now. Congratulations. So we've talked about a couple different cities and just kind of, gone through just a quick overview, but I'd like to hear from listeners, like what cities have we missed, but especially like smaller cities. What's happening in your city that is body positive?
What's happening in Minot?
Yeah, right, exactly. What's happening in these other cities that maybe aren't on our radars that where they're doing body positive stuff, or they've got resale shops, or just things you wouldn't expect? Because there are definitely places out there that we're not talking about that are thinking about these kind of things.
Yeah, we'd love to get a bigger list together for people. What's what's happening in Pahrump.
Yes, Pahrump.
Pahrump. I think there's got to be a body positive in Pahrump.
Yes, you would think so.
Like it's got rump in it.
You would think so. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely let us know what's going on in your city, what you've heard of. I know this last IPA got to me, I think. Yep. I'm laughing at myself. All right. Share this episode with your big friends or even non-big friends. We want to hear and know all about what's going on in your city.
Yeah.
Like and share.
Yeah. Tell us what you want to hear.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear from us.
Got questions, things you want us to talk about? We are down.
All right. Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you, Jody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
Podcast.